Prime Minister Christopher Luxon has kicked off his tour of India with a bang, announcing the formal start of negotiations towards a free trade deal with the world's most populous nation. Senior political correspondent Jenna Lynch is across the details. So, Jenna, how much of a big deal is this?
Yeah, big deal on a couple of fronts. As you mentioned, India has the world's largest population. There is a lot of potential in that market, but it is a tough market to crack. New Zealand's two-way trade with India sat at about $3 billion last year, so nowhere near some of our larger trading partners, but it is a fast-growing economy, and we obviously, our exporters want a slice of that pie. So if some of the trade barriers were removed, it would be great for our exporters. The other person it is great for is Christopher Luxon. He made a promise during the 2023 election campaign to get a free trade deal with India within his first term of government, something that many people thought was quite an ambitious target. But not long after he landed on Indian soil, the Indian government announced that it was ready to negotiate. Now, both Christopher Luxon and his Trade Minister Todd McClay are staying pretty coy about the detail of what may come from a potential deal, saying it's all still to be negotiated. Also coy on the timeline, wouldn't say much other than to say that they are planning to work at pace and that the first round of negotiations will kick off next month.
We've had an economic breakthrough in the economic relationship with India, with the announcement of our comprehensive free trade agreement negotiations able to commence. And so it's a really good win. It's a great win for New Zealand. Obviously, it forms part of a desire to have a deeper and broader relationship with India.
Now, New Zealand has long been after a trade deal with India. John Key's government tried really hard, but the major sticking point there has been dairy. India is very protectionist about its agricultural sector. There have been some questions raised as to whether New Zealand would look to negotiate a deal without dairy in it in the first instance, just to get something across the line, and then look to add dairy at a later date. When asked about that today, Todd McClay said that both sides were looking for a, quote, comprehensive agreement. It will be a big week for New Zealand out on the world stage. We also have Foreign Minister Winston Peters over in Washington, D.C., where he has a jam-packed schedule of meetings with who's who in D.C., the most significant of which will take place early on Wednesday morning, New Zealand time, with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. A key indicator that we want from that meeting is how New Zealand may be affected by the Trump White House's tariff regime.
OK, Jenna, thanks so much.